Okay, so today I'm going to be making some beef jerky. I have two different types of cuts of meat right here. First one I'm going to start out with is a London broil. Now you can use all kinds of cuts of meat. It just depends on your taste. I try not to get something too fatty. Try to watch the fat content because it really doesn't taste all that good when you dehydrate it. But this right here has really good marbling. It's going to produce a really good piece of beef jerky. So what I do is I'm going to take it, I'm going to cut it in half first. Yeah, looks really good. And when you cut jerky, you want to go with the grain. If you go against the grain, cutting like this, your pieces are going to fall apart in your mouth and they won't taste very good. So you want to cut with the grain. Now I like to cut them a little on the thick side because if you cut them too thin, they'll be really brittle as well too. So I go for maybe half an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch. I'm just going to cut these. It's maybe less than half an inch. But I'm going with the grain. This is the London broil. So I'll lay these off to the side until I'm done cutting. It's all cut. Now, this is the roast. It has a little bit more fat on it. I'm going to trim that fat off. Don't be scared to lose a little bit of meat in the process. It'll be well worth it in the end when you have a really good flavorful piece of jerky. Alright, got most of that taken care of. A couple more small pieces, so take those off. Right. Looking for the grain, you can see the grain. Grain runs this way, so now we're going to cut. It's going to be nice. Okay. So I like to season my meat in stages. I'm going to take all the meat, throw it in a baggie. About halfway through, put it in the baggie. Use a bottle of liquid smoke. Pour that in, half bottle. Finish putting the meat in there. Then the rest of the bottle. In there. So I'll seal this up with that bottle of liquid smoke. I'll put it in the refrigerator for a few hours. Let's get all that air out. I'll put it in the refrigerator for a few hours. Turn it every once in a while. Make sure that the liquid smoke gets in there. Gets into the meat fibers, and after a few hours I'll finish the seasoning with a little bit of Worcestershire sauce. So I'm going to be doing some beef jerky, and somebody wanted to see what it would look like if I did bacon. So another shout out to a fan for suggesting this. Thank you, David. So first I'm going to take the bacon, separate the pieces. Don't know how this is going to turn out, so it's worth a try. Of course, it probably makes a difference if you get a better cut of bacon too. So try just a little bit of this, not a lot. If it works out, then I'll buy a better cut of bacon. So, I have the bacon. And we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of liquid smoke to that too. Not a lot, there's not a lot of bacon in there. So, massage that around. Get that liquid smoke in there, and I'll put these two bags in the fridge for a few hours, and then I'll add the Worcestershire sauce to the beef, but not the bacon. Bacon will taste good just like this. So we'll see how that turns out. Okay, so the meat has been marinating for about 6 hours, so the meat is ready to be put on the dehydrator. We'll try to get as much on each tray as possible. Ooh, some nice thick pieces, so we can maximize the space. I did add a little bit of garlic seasoning as well as the Worcestershire sauce. I let it marinate for a little bit longer. So as you see, we have some really good thick pieces which ought to dehydrate really well. Really thick pieces of jerky. Since they are thick, it's probably going to take a little bit longer to dehydrate these pieces. Almost done with the beef. That was the last piece of the beef. Now for the bacon. Now I did not add Worcestershire sauce to the bacon, just the liquid smoke. Not sure how the bacon's going to turn out. There is quite a bit of fat in it. There we go, last piece of bacon. And also, for the fun of it, a couple of hot dogs. So let's see how they dehydrate. All sliced up. Okay, so the beef jerky, hot dogs, and bacon are pretty much done. Turn it off, check on it. Now at the last minute I decided to try a little something different too. I decided to add some applesauce. I was kind of curious what applesauce would look like. Dehydrated. Feels very much like a fruit roll-up. Imagine if I made this any thicker, it would actually be a fruit roll-up. So that's pretty neat. The hot dog, pretty interesting. That was at a sort of a suggestion from somebody I work with, somebody I know. And the bacon. Looks a little greasy, along with the hot dogs. I imagine the bacon might taste good if you added that to some baked beans, which I might be having tomorrow. The beef jerky, however, turned out really well. Look at that. You can't smell it, but it smells great from here. So the beef jerky turned out well. I've actually tried a piece already. You may have noticed a piece missing off one of the top layers. But the beef jerky turned out really well. I love doing beef jerky, so I'm probably going to do some more of that again another time. But I've used this dehydrator quite a bit here lately, so it's time for a really good deep clean. Hope you've enjoyed this video. Enjoy.